After God made man, he said the words, "It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him." It wasn't beneficial for man to be alone. There needed to be a woman. A man needed a counterpart to balance him out. Now do you know why men should cherish women and treat them with respect? And do you know why you ladies should know your worth? When God created the earth, it was good. When God created the birds, the trees, the oceans, and all of nature, it was good. The only time God wasn't pleased with his own work was after he created man and left him alone by himself. But the solution was a woman. So there's no denying that a woman is of great value. She is of great importance and influence wherever she is. But what happens when a woman is godless? What happens when a woman is under demonic influence of evil? I believe that just as a woman of God is powerful, a godless woman presents a formidable enemy to anyone. Ask Elijah about Jezebel. Kings 19, verse 1-3 says, Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and how he had killed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah saying, "So may the gods do to me, and more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by this time tomorrow." Then he was afraid, and he arose and ran for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. This is a prophet of God, a man of God. He ran for his life because of a godless woman, a woman who was under the influence of evil. A godless woman presents a formidable enemy to anyone. Ask Samson about Delilah, a man who was so strong, so powerful that the Bible says in Judges 15, verse 16, he struck down 1,000 men. For all of that strength, his downfall was because of a godless woman. A godless woman is a formidable enemy. The woman described in Proverbs 31, verse 10 is virtuous. Her worth is far above rubies. But Proverbs 25, verse 24 describes one of the traits of a godless woman by saying, "It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife." Imagine that. It is better to live on the roof where you're exposed to the weather than in a house shared with a quarrelsome, contentious woman.
A godly woman is full of wisdom and kindness. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness, the Bible says in Proverbs 31, verse 26. A godly woman is one that embodies the wisdom of God. Wisdom is not the same as knowledge. Knowledge is the acquisition of information. Wisdom is understanding how to apply that information. It's discernment. A godly woman walks in wisdom. Now, wisdom is something that comes from experience. There are not too many wise 20-year-olds walking around. As we grow in grace and grow in love for God and our neighbor, we will also grow in wisdom. The second part of this is that a godly woman does all of this with kindness. Society tells us that kindness is weakness. A woman that carries herself with a kind disposition should not be considered soft, weak, or even naive. She is displaying a godly character. Regardless of what other people may say, wisdom and kindness are necessary for a godly character.
The power of a praying woman. If you're a praying lady, don't stop now. If you're a praying mother, don't stop now. If you're a praying wife or a young girl, then press on. Keep praying, because now more than ever is the time that we need women of God to stand up in prayer. Now is the time to seek God. We need women of faith and prayer. We need women filled with more faith than fear. It's these kinds of women that can alter the destinies of their own families, of their children, of everything and everyone around them. Let me tell you something about a praying woman. A praying woman is dangerous. A woman of faith is dangerous. She goes to war in her prayer closet. The Shunammite woman's faith was so strong that she took the lifeless body of her son straight to the feet of God's servant, Elisha. And she was like, God, you deal with that. And I'm speaking to you right now. Take it to the Lord and tell him, God, you deal with this. You deal with my finances. You deal with my business. You deal with my kids, with my supervisor at work. The power of a praying woman can be seen on Hannah, crying, pleading, but more importantly, praying to the Lord. Give me a child. And her prayer moved God. You see, the power of a praying woman will push past her surroundings. It'll push past people's opinions. It pushes past the holier than thou people in church. It pushes boundaries and touches the hem of Jesus' garment. Let prayer be our portion. Let prayer be our passion. Let prayer be our practice. Let our prayers be intentional and intense. Let us be found at the throne of grace every day. Every day. Let us be found in our prayer closets. Let us be found at God's altar, in God's presence. Let us be found praying. We need to get to the stage where we say, I am tired, devil, of you pushing me around. I'm tired of you accusing me, trying to confuse me. I'm tired of you, devil, afflicting me, attacking me, trying to oppress me with fear and doubt, insecurities and feelings of low self-esteem. Get fired up and tell the devil no more. Pray to be set free. Pray for the victory. We must be a people with a cutting edge of mighty prayer, a people that disrupt and dislodge satanic forces that try to form strongholds in our homes, in our minds,